The Rangers D-Rob the Dodgers. 2-1. We take this series. Heading up to Seattle, we are 33-35 with a chance to get a little closer. Let's talk about that and the upcoming series in Seattle next here on the Texas Rangers Clubhouse. In 1934, Hall of Famer Carl Hubbell struck out 5 Hall of Famers in a row in the All-Star game. Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, Joe Cronin, and Babe Ruth. Those 5 strikeouts consecutively in the All-Star game went down in history as one of the great moments of all time in baseball. I'm not saying what D-Rob did the last 2 nights is equal to that, but it sure made me think of it. Who's not a Hall of Famer amongst Shohei and Mookie and Freddie Freeman? David Robertson struck them out in a key spot in succession 2 nights in a row. All 3 of them are going to go in the Hall of Fame. He did it 2 nights in a row. If he doesn't do it, we probably don't win that series. Wow, what an amazing effort. After the first day, he said, oh, you guys are trying to make a big deal of it to Evan Grant. Yeah, no, Robbie, you're awesome, and I loved it. Him and Kirby Yates, filthy at the end of the bullpen for us. And what a win, what a series win, 2-1 in LA, West Coast trip, and now we head to Seattle for a big one. Now, before we leave that 3 in a row, amazing performance by Robertson, let me just say that they've been hitting back-to-back-to-back most of the season, I think all of the season, and nobody has struck them out in success 3 in a row until now. Also, David Robertson versus Freeman, what was he, 4 for 4? Yeah, 4 for 4 with the walk, Freddie was, off of Robertson before, well, 2 nights ago. What a performance, just unbelievable. I love it. Let's get to some bad news. Seager was scratched yesterday. They talked about he'll probably be playing Friday. Hopefully that will stand. Bochy, the 9th most wins in the history of baseball. This probably should be its own video. What an amazing situation this is. We have the best manager in baseball, and it's just true. 32 more. So right now he's the 9th most prolific wins for a manager. 32 more, which he will get this year, and he'll move into 8th, passing some guy named Bucky Harris. If we could get to 90 wins this season, and he gets them all, he doesn't get thrown out or anything, 25 more than the 32, he would pass Dusty Baker for 7th all-time. And then 11 more than that, he'll pass Sparky Anderson. That'll happen next year if it doesn't happen this year. Amazing run. Bruce Bochy is one of the greatest managers of all time, and he's on the Texas Rangers. Now that begs the question, will he become number 1 all-time? No. As much as I love him, I'm a huge fan, no. Connie Mack is currently number 1. 3,731 wins, putting Bochy 1,605 wins away. That's 16 seasons of 100 wins. Bochy doesn't have that in him. What he does have in him possibly, though, is he could catch Connie Mack for 3rd all-time for World Series wins. Right now, Connie Mack is in 3rd all by himself with 5. Bochy's right one behind him with 4. So if we win the World Series this year or any other year with Bochy, he'll actually catch Connie Mack for most World Series wins for 3rd all-time. Anyway, Apple TV tonight, 9 p.m. Central Time. Sorry if you're an Android person. Sorry if you're a Bally's person and you don't have Apple TV. Just go get the free trial if you don't have it. I've got the free trial last year and I liked it so much I've kept it. I'm not trying to shill for Apple. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just saying it's a pretty good production. I really, really like it. And it'll be tonight, 9 p.m. up in Seattle. Now, I might do a full video on the Futures game, but I want to throw it into this video in case you don't watch that video, which I haven't even made yet. The Futures game, the All-Star game, Futures game, there's the Home Run Derby and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, the Futures game, I think you probably know if you watch all my videos, you do. Adrian Beltre versus Michael Young will be managing those 2 teams. But when I mentioned that originally, when it was first mentioned, I said, hey, they're going to go get a bunch of more Rangers to be the coaches. Well, the coaching staff has been announced, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. Beltre's coaching roster: Prince Fielder, Nelson Cruz, Mitch Moreland, just fresh off of the Savannah Bananas, Derek Holland, who should be on the Savannah Bananas, Francisco Cordero, and Raul Ibanez. He's like the president of Major League Baseball right now, or the vice president or something. Anyway, that's quite the roster of coaches. And then Michael Young, Scott Mark Teixeira, Ian Kinsler, Gary Matthews Jr., what a catch that guy made, Colby Lewis, Darren Oliver, and Vernon Wells. Now, Vernon Wells was never a Ranger. He was MY's teammate. Where was somewhere? Toronto, maybe? I don't really remember. But he's his BFF. They're best friends. They've been best friends for a long time. Also, a guy named Gabe Alvarez. That's pretty cool. He's a minor league manager in the Detroit Tigers system, and he was his high school teammate. So MY's coaching roster is pretty interesting. Now, let's quickly get to some injury news, and it's mostly good. Josh Young should be out on a rehab right now. We should get him back potentially for the homestand where we're back. So This is really, really good news. It's sooner than anybody thought, I think. And that's exciting. Max had already his first rehab start, should get another one. We could get them both back for the homestand, which starts at the end of the weekend or next week early. Corey was scratched yesterday. They had him in the lineup, and they scratched him. Just felt a little tight. Expected to play today. We'll see, of course. Get on the field, you see how it feels. That's what happened yesterday. It didn't feel good enough for him to play, so they gave him the day off. Hopefully he'll be in the lineup today. Also not as big as Young or Seager, but Derek Hill. He elected to be a free agent. He chose not to be a Ranger anymore, so he's not a Ranger. He said, hey, I want to be a free agent, and they said, okay, you go home. So, yeah, that's why he's not around anymore. Good luck to you wherever you end up, sir. Pitching matchups today. Andrew Haney versus Luis Castillo. Again, the game will be on Apple TV. Haney's ERA 4.06. Luis Castillo, one of the best pitchers in baseball, 3.30. Here's the bad news. Good news if you love baseball. Bad news if you want the Rangers to win. All the Mariners pitchers are the best pitchers in baseball. They are really, really good. So Castillo versus Haney tonight. Saturday, Evaldi of the 2.68 ERA versus Kirby. George Kirby, 3.81. He's really, really good. And then Sunday, Dunning, who's all of a sudden his ERA is up to 4.80 versus Logan Gilbert at 3.19. What's my point in all this? Seattle Mariners don't have a great offense, but boy, do they have a great starting staff. It's going to be hard to score runs. We got to score runs off them. It is what it is. You've got to beat Seattle. Here's the thing. The games against the Mariners here are huge. The series, right now, we are 5.5 games out of first place, okay? If we sweep them, we'll be 2.5 games out. If we win the series, we win 2 out of 3, we'll be 4.5 out. If they win the series, we'll be 6.5 out. If they sweep us, we'll be 8.5 out. So again, at the end of this series, we'll be 2.5 or 4.5 or 6.5 or 8.5 games behind the Mariners. You got to have a performance here. I'm not saying you have to sweep them, but you pretty much have to win the division or the series. If you don't win the series, the winning the division gets much, much harder. I know it's only June. The All-Star break's not even here yet. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I don't think so. What we just did, we, the Rangers in LA, can be an impetus, can be a diving board, can be a push forward if and only if we win this series in Seattle and then come home and have a really nice homestand. We are in the midst of a really tough part of our schedule, and playoff teams and certainly World Series champions need to do well during those times. So this is huge. All right, I've got a giveaway for you. I'm giving away 2 tickets on YouTube and 2 tickets on Twitter. Maybe they'll connect, maybe they won't. It is to the Marcus Semien postseason replica jersey night, Wednesday night against the Mets, 7:05 game, section 238, deep center field. Tell me who you're going to take to the game and why, and I will pick somebody from both YouTube and Twitter. If there's 2 groups of 2 that connect somehow, and I like both of their stories, then I'll try my best to maybe put them together, because we'll be sitting together. They're row 4, seat 12, 13, 14, and 15. Yeah, I think that's right. So if it's 2 different groups, a YouTube group and a Twitter group that are, you're not friends, well, you're going to be friends by the end of the game because you're sitting next to each other. But it is what it is. Tell me who you would bring and why. Tell me why you like my channel. Tell me why you think my face is ugly. Whatever you want to tell me. If you want to win, make me smile. Got it? Makes sense? That's a giveaway. Give me a comment on why, and then find what you're going to do on Twitter, and maybe you'll win them both. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments. I'll read them. I'm losing my voice. Can you tell? I'm fighting this cold. Big weekend series in Seattle. I hope we take 2 out of 3. I hope we sweep them, of course. My prediction, I want to say we're going to take 2 out of 3, so I'm going to go with my heart more than my head. I'll say we're going to take 2 out of 3. I like what I see. I love that we took 2 out of 3 in LA, basically without Corey, right? D-Rob and Kirby, and the pitching did it again, right? Boy, Marco Lorenzen. Do you guys believe yet? Michael Lorenzen, what a steal. By the way, and I think it was Evan Grant who said that. It was Evan Grant who said this on Twitter, I think. All the talk about Jordan Montgomery and, we really need spring training, and, Blake Snell, you really need spring training. Michael Lorenzen showing that that's BS. Michael Lorenzen's a stud. Can we just accept the dude was an all-star last year? The dude threw a no-hitter last year. The dude's had a really nice career. Heck, he's as good of a hitter as he is a pitcher. This guy's a stud. Let's give him the love that he deserves. I'm glad he's on our team. I hope we sign him longer term than this year, but that's for another day. Dodgers 2 out of 3. Seattle 3 games in Seattle starting tonight. Apple TV tonight. Giveaway. Let me know who you take to the game and why. I will make an announcement late Monday or early Tuesday for the Wednesday game, Marcus Semien jersey game. This video is getting too long. I should stop repeating myself. Have the best day ever. Go Rangers. And make sure you enter the contest and head over to my Twitter and enter over there too. Maybe you'll get all 4 of them. That's it. Have the best day ever. Go Rangers. Bye for now. This video was brought to you by my Whatnot referral code. If you want to sell, if you want to buy, if you're not already signed up over there, use my code. You'll get free money. I'll get free money. You can spend your free money on stuff, my stuff, somebody else's stuff, whatever. Thanks for watching. Have the best day ever. Go Rangers. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you over on Whatnot, and see you at the ballgame.